Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 16 and compare it against the iPhone 12 and see how both these iPhones kind of compare. Now, I will definitely tell you, if you have all the money in the world, the iPhone 16 is the better iPhone here in almost every single way. But it is very surprising to me that the design of the iPhone 12, which came out back in 2020, still looks and holds up very, very well against the iPhone 16. Like, it is actually very insane to me. So we'll take a look at everything throughout this whole entire video. If you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there. You can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, the iPhone 12 is a 4-year-old phone right now, meaning that the design is 4 years old. It's aged quite a bit, but it's also a cheaper phone now. Like, this is not the most expensive phone anymore. It's like a couple $100s nowadays. So that's a very big thing to keep in mind. On the front of the iPhone 12, you're getting a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. It's the same size basically as the iPhone 16 almost all throughout. You're getting a notch up top, so it is kind of a little bit more annoying, doesn't look as good, but it's still a good looking display. Both are 60 hertz panels, which is not that great, but both of these are kind of missing that. And that's kind of that. Like, it's a good average panel. There's not anything super crazy going on with this phone you haven't seen before, but I still think it's like a decent panel if you're going to go and pick up a phone. Now, the iPhone 16, on the other hand, this phone is slightly different. This is a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, 60 hertz panel. The only difference is you're getting a dynamic island and maybe a little bit less bezel. But why is this slightly different? Well, this is a brand new phone. The iPhone 12 had some excuses, looking like that. It was 4 years ago. This iPhone definitely should have looked a little bit better. And for $829, I feel like this is overpriced for a phone like this for this type of display. The iPhone 12, again, that's like a couple $100s now. This one, the panel is okay. It gets brighter than the iPhone 12s, and you're getting the dynamic island, but it really isn't that great of a display when compared to the competition. So, kind of harsh, but that's kind of how I feel about the iPhone 16. But like I said, the rest of the bodies, it is crazy how identical these phones are. And in 4 years, it's kind of insane. So you are getting your volume. So you are getting your volume buttons right here. The iPhone 16 is giving you this action button, which is really cool. You can configure it. The iPhone 12 doesn't have it. At the top, not much else going on. You do have a SIM card tray on the iPhone 12, which is really nice if you're somebody who likes a SIM card tray. You're getting that type of capability on the iPhone 12. On the bottom, you're getting a Lightning port on the iPhone 12, USB Type-C port on the iPhone 16. USB-C is significantly better, and that would be a pretty big reason why I would go and jump up from Lightning to USB-C to go to the iPhone 16. On the other side, you're basically getting your camera button here on the iPhone 16, which is nice. It goes through and allows you to go and use your camera on your phone. You can invoke it. It's actually a really cool feature. I'm not really using it that much. You have your side buttons here. On the back side, another interesting thing, Apple has gone through and gone away with that diagonal camera nowadays in favor for something like the iPhone 6 for the iPhone 12's, basically top-down camera. So that was something that was very interesting. I wasn't expecting them to do it this way. I've heard rumors of them doing it, but now the iPhone 16 looks more like the iPhone 12 than it's ever had before, which is crazy. Both have that MagSafe capability right here, which is really cool. The iPhone 16 has this frosted glass back, which feels really nice. The iPhone 12 does not have that. IP certification on both, and a lot of good stuff for the iPhone 16. Like, the iPhone 16 is definitely a pretty good upgrade in some ways, like having USB-C action button, camera button, better build quality, brighter display. But I think with the display, in fact, I feel like Apple could have done a better job with this display, giving us a 90 hertz panel at the very least. Unfortunately, they did not give us that. So that kind of covers it up there. Now, another big thing for both these phones, at least is with iOS 18 and the software updates coming out in the future, the iPhone 12 is not going to last that long, though. It's probably going to get another 2 years, maybe 3 years if we're lucky. I'm thinking this phone could get iOS 20. I have no idea. But beyond that, the iPhone 16, the more versions of software that come out, the more they're going to be tailored for something like the iPhone 16, 17, 18 than the iPhone 12, right? The iPhone 12 got a lot of features in iOS 18, but it didn't get Apple Intelligence. It's not getting those features, and that's kind of where Apple's main focus is right now, to be honest. So the 16 has Apple Intelligence, iPhone 12 does not. That's a big deal to you. Stick with the 16, but if it's not, then I think the 12 should be good enough for you too. So let's go do a speed comparison now. The iPhone 12 has an Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 4 gigabytes of RAM, but the iPhone 16 has that Apple A18 chip inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's a faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background. iPhone 16 is here, iPhone 12 is here. So phone calls 3, 2, 1. About the same thing. Music 3, 2, 1. Actually, the 12 got into the pop-up faster, which is kind of crazy. App Store 321. And the iPhone 16 definitely faster here. iPhone 12 a little bit slower. And again, I'm hoping my iPhone 12 is faster. Or I'm hoping my iPhone 16 is faster. I spent more money on this phone. I should expect it to be faster. Camera 321. Okay. Kind of the same thing. Maybe the 16 a little bit faster here and there. Mail 321. Okay, iPhone 16 definitely far faster there. Clock 321. Definitely the 16 is faster here. And I don't think it's that close, but it's definitely not the fastest difference in the world either. Thank you 321. And you can see right here, again, the iPhone 16 is a faster one. The iPhone 12 just a tad bit slower. Again, nothing crazy. Hopping out of these two, Snake for Blocks 321. Another pop-up. I don't know why I keep getting these pop-ups on this phone. Without that pop-up, I don't think it would have been that big of a difference. But there's still, oh, you can see as soon as I load it into the game, definitely some glitches on the iPhone 12 there. Beyond that, though, you can see pretty much kind of the same thing. Nothing super crazy here. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And with this particular game, let's see what's going on. So this one had the downloading config thing coming up in the beginning with, but it did end up getting into the game at some point. But even then, like, I don't know if it's a big difference for the loading speeds, but it's like the little tiny glitches that you see throughout this whole entire game, like just like when you load it up, that's where like things get a little bit more annoying probably for some people. Again, it isn't the biggest deal in the world or anything, but that is just one thing that you'll kind of notice when you're going through and playing these types of games. Hopping out of these two, let's go and get into something like Temple Run 1, which I still don't have here. Let's do stack 3, 2, 1. And I think once again, you can kind of see for yourself, definitely the iPhone 16 is the faster one here almost every single time. I think that's kind of what ends up happening here. I think the iPhone 12 is still a very fast phone for the most part for how old it is, but I definitely will tell you the 16 is by far the better one here for sure. So that kind of covers it up there. Now, in terms of the cameras on the sides, like I mentioned, both are giving you dual camera setups. They look almost identical, which is so funny. Well, the iPhone 16's camera is significantly bigger, as you can see. You're getting 4K 60 on the front and the back, which is nice. But the iPhone 16 is giving you that dedicated camera button now on the side, which allows you to go ahead and just open up the camera if you want to, which I think is a really, really nice feature. Now, between both, there are some key differences that I do kind of want to hit on if my iPhone 12 camera allows me. So there's a few things. One, they both allow you to go ahead and basically take photos and videos. The iPhone 16 gives you 10x zoom there, where the iPhone 12 only gives you 5x zoom, so you can zoom in significantly more inside of the iPhone 16. On top of that, you're getting portrait mode. You are getting spatial mode inside of the iPhone 16, which is really nice. The iPhone 12 is not getting you that, but I don't really know how many people are going to use it. You're also getting cinematic mode inside of the iPhone 16, which is like a cool feature that allows you to go ahead and select portrait mode for videos. Unfortunately, the iPhone 12 doesn't have it, but the iPhone 16 does have it, so keep that in mind. So, and definitely I will say the iPhone 16 camera I think is overall better for sure than the iPhone 12, but it's not like a big difference, but it's a pretty big difference when it comes down to it. So, with that all being said, the iPhone 16 is going to be giving you a better display, kind of, better camera, better build quality, better performance, better battery life, just pretty much better everything throughout the board. But I think the iPhone 12 is still an okay phone. Like if you wanted to go and use it as like a budget phone, this is a better value per dollar. But here's the thing, I would probably not even go to a 16. I would recommend going to an iPhone 15 Pro. The iPhone 15 Pro is a better phone than the iPhone 16. That phone is going to be giving you a better display and better camera. I would recommend just going for the 16 or the 15 Pro or the 16 Pro. But I think the iPhone 16 it's a good upgrade, but I don't know, like I feel like for the price, you might as well go for like a used or certified refurbished iPhone 15 Pro at that point. So that's kind of how both these phones kind of compare. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, till then.